This has huge implications for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So many decisions to make this offseason. A new quarterback has been linked to the black and gold, as well as the draft plans remaining the same heading into the April entry draft, as well as a decision still to be made at quarterback. We have so much to talk about regarding this team. Recent rumors have come to light regarding a new quarterback that could be at the helm for the Steelers next season. It has huge implications because obviously that is the most important position on the field, but also the position with the most question marks for this team heading into next season after the way last season ended with Russell Wilson. So let's dive right into the content. First and foremost, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Most of you have not yet subscribed to Steelers Digest. Hit that sub button and let's get this offseason going the right way. Heading into the draft, we're going to have so much Steelers coverage, and today let's start things out by talking about Aaron Rodgers, who could very well be the Steelers' next quarterback. Not something that anybody expected. People have been saying there's no way, but then there's also people saying yes way. Aaron Rodgers himself said in the past that he wanted to play for Mike Tomlin, and the betting odds say that the Steelers are the odds-on favorite to land Aaron Rodgers, the favorites to get the former MVP quarterback and Super Bowl champion, a guy that could really put the Steelers over the top if he can play like Aaron Rodgers. That's a big if, because his last year with the Jets, yes, it was better than his injury-ridden first season with the Jets where he got hurt on the first drive, but at his age, there's nothing really consistent about Aaron Rodgers. He's as big of a question mark as a draft pick quarterback. And recent mock drafts that I just saw this morning have the Steelers drafting a quarterback in the first round, Jackson Dart, who could very well be the next Kenny Pickett. Well, Kenny Pickett won a Super Bowl, so maybe Jackson Dart will also win a Super Bowl. You never know. But DraftKings is saying the Steelers are the favorites to get Aaron Rodgers. The expectation is that the Steelers are 2-1 odds. That's a basically 50% chance that Aaron Rodgers signs with the Steelers. Following the Steelers, the Raiders are second at 3-1 odds, and then Minnesota, Tennessee, Indianapolis, and the LA Rams if they move on from Matt Stafford. A lot of talk about the Steelers bringing in Rodgers. Some believe this could open the door for Rodgers to have a Brett Favre-like season and finish off his career. That would be something special, I tell you right now, but other people don't see the likelihood of this trade. A recent report from like a couple weeks ago when I talked about it was that there's no way the Steelers would go after Aaron Rodgers, and now here they are having the betting favorite to land Aaron Rodgers. That is absolutely unbelievable. The varying in reports is just, it's hard to fathom, because you have one end of the spectrum where it's like, okay, the Steelers are the favorites. Then you have the other end that says there's no way they get Aaron Rodgers. So I have no idea what to think. I have no idea what the Steelers' actual plan is, but I don't really want Aaron Rodgers, if I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. But if we got Aaron Rodgers, I can't be that mad. I just think Fields is sitting right there. Fields is sitting right there. You got to go get Justin Fields. We need a full-time starting quarterback. And if things go south with Fields, the door opens for Rodgers and any other quarterback. We all know Mike Tomlin loves to look at veterans who can shine and sign them when they're old and cheap. And that is exactly what Aaron Rodgers is right now. So the Steelers, I'm not putting it past them. I'm really not putting it past them. It is a very valid thing that could happen. Aaron Rodgers signing with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Keep the door open for that. I'm just saying, guys, this is a report. And if they're betting favorites, just like with Cooper Kupp, anything's possible. Let's dive into some Sports Illustrated bold predictions for the offseason. There have been some really interesting rumors coming to light about the Steelers, and we've done videos about most of them. So now we're in a situation where most of these things are being talked about by the national media. So all the things I've already made videos about are being talked about. And that's why we're coming right back on here and making another video about it. Because, guys, they are talking about the same things I'm talking about. Bold offseason predictions by Sports Illustrated literally have thoughts on every single thing that we have made probably the last 5 videos about. So I just want to look at what they have to say about it and see if my predictions align with their predictions. The first one is that Justin Fields signs a 2-year deal with the Steelers. I literally have said that in the past, that Fields signs a multi-year deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So if they want a quarterback, guys, he's right there. Justin Fields, you didn't bring him in for nothing. You barely gave him a fair shake. He got a few starts, he did really well, and then he got replaced by Russell Wilson. So I think it's time. Sign Justin Fields. He's your man. It doesn't go any further than this. The guy's already in the organization last year. He already knows the system. He's tired of learning new playbooks. He wants to be a Steeler. Sign him. Get it done, Omar Khan. And if the Steelers have a quarterback, then they could be in the market for a running back or a wide receiver. So let's get to that now. Steelers bring back Najee Harris and Jalen Warren is Sports Illustrated's prediction. I just got over saying in my last video that they should not do this. Is it going to happen? Probably. But I would rather it not happen. If I can have any control over the decision that the Steelers make, I would tell them, hey, Najee Harris is going to be overpaid if you sign him to a contract. Jalen Warren is just simply not good enough to give a contract to. You could draft 2 running backs in this class that are better than those 2 guys that have a higher ceiling, maybe not a lower floor. Maybe the floor might be a little bit higher with Najee and Warren, but you know what they can do. You know what they bring to the table, and they're not good enough to win you a championship. So I'm tired of these first-round exits in the playoffs. Our running game is just simply not good enough. We don't need Najee Harris and Jalen Warren. We need young blood in the backfield, and that's what I'm proposing, is that we draft a running back. The other thing that was talked about on this channel is Cooper Kupp possibly being a Pittsburgh Steeler. And if Cooper Kupp comes to the Steelers, that's going to do a whole heck of a lot for George Pickens. We need a veteran in the locker room. We need a veteran on the field. We need somebody to lead this offense. Cooper Kupp, former Super Bowl MVP. This guy's been there, done that. He'd be an amazing slot receiver for the Steelers. He'd help out Calvin Austin as well in his development, just like Pickens. I don't think we need to go out there and spend $35 million on a wide receiver. We can go trade for Cooper Kupp. Yes, he's going to be overpaid for his age, for his production, but when that dude's healthy, he's still a really good wide receiver, and I'd like to have him on the team. I think it would do a lot for our offense. Our offense desperately needs wide receivers. Cooper Kupp would be a good fit. I really think that. I believe in my heart that Cooper Kupp would be a great addition to the Steelers offense, and I would love to go get him. He wouldn't take that much more than a mid-round pick, probably a 3rd or 4th round pick for Cooper Kupp if you can get him from the Rams. He wants to go somewhere that he can win a Super Bowl or at least compete for a Super Bowl, and the Rams are going to let him ultimately decide where he goes, and then they can also draft a wide receiver, Emeka Egbuka. This is another great prediction. Another thing I made a video about. Emeka Egbuka is the answer with our 1st round pick. We don't need to be drafting a quarterback like Jackson Dart. We need a wide receiver in the 1st round. Emeka Egbuka is the man. If we draft him and we have Pickens, Egbuka, and Kupp as our wide receivers next year, and Calvin Austin, that is the answer. That is what we have to do. We need to draft Egbuka and draft 2 running backs. Let Najee walk. Let Warren walk. This is the answer, guys. These are the bold predictions, and there's a reason they're bold. Because are they actually going to happen? That I can't say with confidence. But it's what I want to happen. It's what I'd like to happen. I'd rather not go get Aaron Rodgers. I'd rather do all these other things. Sign Justin Fields. Let Najee Harris and Jalen Warren walk. That's the only one I don't agree with. Trade for Cooper Kupp. Draft Emeka Egbuka. This is the solving of this offense. This puzzle that's in front of us. This jigsaw puzzle that we're trying to put together. Move this piece here, this piece here. Don't get it twisted. Half the pieces are already there. So let's just not overthink this, and let's get this offseason to work out the way that we know it can and become a contender yet again. Thank you guys for watching this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Steelers Digest will fuel the rest of your offseason leading up to the draft and next season.